It seems like every time I present this, people are kind of blown away at how simple it was. And so that's what I really want you to get. So let's go into this. This is the document we're working off of. So I met with Brandy, greeted her, got her into the office. Already had the registration card filled out, right? Got the registration card. All it is something, name, phone, email, spouse's email, spouse's name, spouse's phone, like all the crap that we need, right? Their address, all the stuff that you should have in the file. Okay, so now that we got that, if there's lender info, I'm getting that too, just so I have everything that I need. So got that. All right, Brandy, got that all out of the way. Thank you so much. So I'm really excited to help you with this move. Let me ask you this. What are you looking forward to most about the move?
Different neighbors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. What's significant about that?
The lady downstairs is just kind of really crazy, and she just complains about us when we're doing regular, everyday activities, and we'd like to get as far away from her as possible.
Sounds like that's tough.
Yeah.
Because you go home
Relax. Yeah.
and you probably can't do that very well.
No.
Let me ask you this. How much longer would you be willing to do that before you buy a house?
Not long. I think it takes like 30 days to close on a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're ready.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is there anything that you aren't looking forward to about this new move?
I would say, like moving's hard, and that's a challenge, and I don't know what kind of property I'm gonna end up with,
Sure.
and if I have enough stuff for it, or if I don't, what I'm gonna need to buy, like if I need a fridge and stuff like that, because I've been renting.
Okay. So just the expenses and
Mhm.
the act of moving. But it sounds like even though you're not looking forward to that, it's still worth it to get away from this new.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Perfect. And then I'm going to kind of go rapid fire. You guys are going to get this sheet. You're going to see how to ask these questions. I'm going to go to the questions that I think are really important. So on this next page, it says we work primarily by referral. In doing so, we realize that we have to provide an A+ experience for our clients to feel comfortable with friends and family. So what needs to happen in this transaction for your experience to be A+? And then she's going to say whatever. And then I'm going to say, what else needs to happen? What's important to you about that? Anything else you can think of, right? I'm really going to dig on this. This page, how long do you guys spend on this page?
I kind of go pretty deep on that.
Yeah, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Like we're spending some time on this, really getting that outline. Okay, now this next page, I really want to make sure I'm explaining to you guys, because it's like the keys to the kingdom here with expectations. So someone said something about expectation setting up there, like, this is it, okay? Let me click so you can see it, hopefully. All right, so this question always seems weird. I honestly, it might be something I rewrite at some point when I feel like it. But I've used this for years and it works. So I say, Brandy, how does someone win or lose with you? And let's just assume she says, like, what do you mean? Because that happens all the time.
Every time.
What do you mean by that? And I'd say, well, let me ask you this. Have you bought a car ever?
Yep.
Did you ever have someone that like you really liked?
Yep.
What did they do to win with you? And then she'll explain it. And then what about, did you have anyone you didn't like? How did they lose with you? That might be a way to like get that out of them. Because when I ask how someone win or lose with you, they're like, what do you mean? Like almost all the time. So like I said, I almost want to reword it, but it does work and you can dig and you can use your emotional intelligence to figure it out. Okay. So these next two questions, in my opinion, actually all these questions, the next 5 are by far, this is what fixes all the issues you have with expectations. I'm dead serious when I say this. So let me ask you this, Brandy. What do you feel that you have the right to expect from me as your real estate consultant? Now note, I'm not a real estate consultant. I'm future facing. We haven't signed a buy rep yet. Okay? So what do you feel you have the right to expect from me as your agent?
Just like get back to me with information and be honest.
And I would ask a clarifying question. So get back to you like in a certain time frame or?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some salespeople say that they're going to work on finding me something. Like one of the times I tried to buy a car and they never called me again.
Okay. And so as long as I called you at least one more time, you'd be okay with that?
Maybe a couple like that.
Okay, how often do you expect to hear from me?
Well, I mean, I guess as much as I need to, or as long as I know what the next step is when buying
And I
it.
love doing this when people talk about that. I'll say like, you know, as you can see, I've missed some phone calls while I've been in this meeting. So sometimes you won't be able to get a hold of me. Is that gonna be all right if I get back to you as soon as I can?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go, there's an expectation, right? Like, clearly I'm not gonna take a phone call along with you. You wouldn't want me to do that, right?
No.
And so when I'm with other clients, I'm gonna take your call. But my commitment to you is I'll get back to you as very latest before the end of the day, okay?
Okay,
And that for me is like 7 o'clock at night,
okay.
okay? Another expectation. Right? All right, is there anything else you feel you have the right to expect from me, blah, blah, right? This question, this is where you wave your wand, okay? What do you feel I have the right to expect from you as my client? And she's gonna say whatever. I'll answer your calls and whatever, just say it, whatever. it is.
Yeah, I'll be available and be honest about everything and what I'm really looking for.
Okay, perfect. And obviously, and this is where I wave my wand, right? So as my client, I would also expect that, you know, if we go see a home and we're driving up to it, you know you would never buy it. Can you just do me a favor and tell me so we don't waste the seller's time by looking at it?
Yeah, for sure.
So you ever had that? You're showing a home and they're like, oh my God, this is terrible. And you're like, why are we looking at it? It smells so bad, smell this. No, I don't want to smell. And what else? What else would you expect? So, you know what else I would expect, Brandy, is that if something was bothering you, or was an issue, that you would give me the opportunity to correct it. You would give me the chance, you'd call me and tell me. You would do that, right?
Yeah,
What else? Like, you guys think about it right now. Like, what else do you hate about your buyers? Come on, you guys hate your buyers. Some of you hate your
I
buyers.
think like, you know, when you, so like I've got somebody coming in, moving down in like a month or two, so we set up expectations like, hey, you know, I'm gonna keep you updated, you're gonna get an email every Friday, we're gonna have a phone call, you know, and she's, you know, a neonatologist busy. But I think like sending out those emails and knowing that like, hey, in order for me to best serve you next week, we need to make sure that there's feedback, right? Like in between or, and
Perfect.
so.
So if I email you something that it doesn't meet your criteria at all, you're gonna let me know so I can adjust it. Is that fair?
Like soon,
Yeah, so
like not a week later.
here's what I want you to take away from this. Every time you have a bad experience with a buyer, that's a new thing that you add,
Sure.
okay? Every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious. And when I say wave your wand, like this is your opportunity to create your perfect, you know, weird science, your perfect buyer, right? All right, cool. So then that's a great question. When's the best time to contact you in the best way? Blah, blah, blah. What's your availability for touring homes?
You know, I could go during the evening sometimes, but I would need to plan it out in advance.
Sure. And with this market moving as hot as it is, like, sometimes you can't wait that long. You know, I know you said you work during the day. Would you be able to see if the right home came on the market? Would you be able to see it maybe on your lunch hour?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
And so now that's the only time I'm ever going to show her houses, by the way. Don't have a kid, and I'm already working. Win-win, right? So that's what I'm going to be looking for, and then I'll ask more questions about that, right? And I'm going to set the expectation, like, and you know, I know we can show you homes on Saturdays and potentially on nights, and obviously during the lunch hour. I actually don't work on Sundays. That's the day I spend with my family. So if for whatever reason something pops up on a Sunday, you know, we can look at it first thing on Monday morning. Usually the sellers won't review offers until then anyways. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's my only day with my son too.
Oh, perfect. So it sounds like you like to spend that with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this next piece, you know, we have a little thing on there, you can read it later. I do want to like go through just a couple things that I do on the MLS that I think could be helpful for you. And then we'll get into closer with the buyer bet. So when I'm getting in here to the search criteria, just a couple tips I want to give you guys when you're setting up search criteria. So, I'm going through active, and let's just say, don't your clients give you a price range? They're like, yeah, under 300,000, right? So I put in 300, and I say, Brandy, let me ask you this. If we found the perfect home, and you opened the doors and the doves flew and the music was playing, like it was perfect. But it was 305,000. You're telling me you don't even want to know about it, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, because I feel like 300 is still even a little high for me.
Okay. What they'll usually say is like, well, we would want to know about it. Okay, so your maximum is not 300 then. Right? And we just keep pushing it. And I'm going to ask that same question as I go throughout and use my emotional intelligence, right? If they're like, well, we need to have at least 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms in an office. So then I'd say, so if there was a 4-bedroom home but it didn't have an office, you don't want to know about that one. Is that true? Well, no, 4 bedrooms would work. Right? I'm just going to qualify every single thing. Well, it's got to have a 3-car garage. So if everything was perfect but only had a 2-car, you don't want to know about it, right? And this question comes from experience when you have a buyer and they're emailing you listings after you've already had this meeting. And you're like, you said you didn't want to know about X. And why are they emailing you listings? It's because it's outside of their criteria that you set for them. So that's the kind of questions I want to hear you guys asking. Do you guys understand that? Okay.
Would you use what they're pre-approved for as far as their high? Or you would ask them?
I would ask them.
Okay.
And if it was different than their pre-approval, if their pre-approval is 250 and they're saying 300, I'd say, tell me more about that. Right?
Hey, let's talk today. You'll know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of it. I just wanted to show you that. I mean, I'm not doing the whole thing here, but like we really want to qualify that and make sure that we're asking them for real. Okay, so now we're going to go rapid fire. If you want to record this, go right ahead. And my goal, by the way, on the search, and this changes as the market changes, but my goal is to get somewhere, it says 20 to 50 homes actively. That was when we had a lot more inventory. When we wrote that. Right now, it's probably somewhere between like 5 and 20 homes. Okay? If we have less than 5 homes, we're probably being too picky. If we have more than 20 homes, we probably need to be more picky.
What if their price range is such that they're really on it?
Then that's when you use your emotional intelligence to, hey, this is a tough market, so. Yeah. You would just want to figure that out. Like if they're under 250 or under 200 in Ada County, like, you wouldn't be like, well, you need to see at least 5 homes, right? Like, there's not going to be 5 homes. Okay, good, Michael. All right, there's a buyer information sheet that I'd like to get filled out. Again, if you email us at the end here, we can make sure you get that. So this is the blue brochure, and I'm just going to go right into presenting this. And this is the part that I really want you guys to get down. So, Brandy, this is the blue brochure, and usually it's black and white. We're using color. Oh my God.
Push print fast.
My expense report. Brandy, you're
Put it
killing
on my
me.
tab.
So what I usually say, this is why I'm poking fun at this, because I usually say a joke. This is our blue brochure. It's not blue because it's
Black
no
and white.
print color. Damn it, it's blue. Ruined my joke. All right. So what this says is that right now you're a customer, and as you might know, that I have thousands of customers. These are people that ask me questions, and I help out at a certain level. It says you may want to become a client, and as a client, you're afforded additional responsibilities from me. One of which is everything you tell me is in confidence. So if we see a home that you like that's $300,000 and you're willing to pay $350,000 for it, right? That's between you and me. I'm not going to share that with the seller. The other thing is I only work with about 10 or 20 clients at any given time, and we just treat them with obviously everything the customer gets, plus they're the first people we take care of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. It also says that there's 2 types of agency. There's single agency, and then there's limited dual agency. And I'm going to ask you on this next document to enter into limited dual agency with me. What that means is that I can show you all the properties on the market, including properties listed by Keller Williams. You do want to see the whole market, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Go ahead and sign the date there, acknowledging that you've received this. And once you get the first signature, by the way, like, they sign everything else. Unless you really butchered something, like, they usually sign everything else. Okay, got that signed. All right. This is our buyer's representation agreement. What this says is that should Brandy Holiday choose to purchase real estate between today's date and 6 months from now, that you're comfortable with me as your agent. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and initial and date. Awesome. And this is that page we talked about earlier, whether it's limited dual agency or single agency. I'm going to ask you to enter in the limited dual agency because you said you want to see all homes, even ones listed with Keller Williams. Does
Yep.
that make sense?
Yep.
So initial there.
Okay.
Okay, initial and date there. All right, and this last page goes over compensation. Now, here's the cool thing about being a buyer. You don't typically compensate me as a buyer. I'm typically compensated by the seller.
Oh, okay.
Successful close of the transaction. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll usually pay me. Now, every now and then there might be a situation where maybe you see a home that's not listed with an agent, or you see a home at a builder's office. Can you do me a favor? Can you make sure you call me before you talk to them?
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I want you to do that is because I want to be able to negotiate to have them pay my commission so you won't have to.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
want to pay my commission, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Ideally-
3% is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is, and I want to negotiate on your behalf to get the seller to pay for that.
Okay.
Awesome, and then lastly here, we have a $295 transaction fee, and that's typically something we get the seller to pay for. We're going to negotiate for them to pay for that. But we have a full-time transaction coordinator, her name's Becky, and she'll be like my partner in crime in case I'm busy and you have a question.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
All right, do you have any questions so far?
No.
All right, go ahead and sign the date. All right, that was it. It's a buyer rep. Wow. Well, pretty short, pretty sweet, pretty simple, right? Have any of you ever presented a buyer rep and it's taken longer than that?
Yeah. So we don't have to go through everything.
They don't ask what all the rest of the stuff is?
Never. You know, something said with confidence, like, is almost never questioned. But it's hard to say something with confidence if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I know what everything in here says and means, every single thing.
It's also the
Highly
assumption that
encourage you.
they're gonna sign instead of like,
Yeah,
you know, you're like, oh, see what they say here.
yeah, would you go ahead and choose me as your agent? But you don't have to, like, technically,
Yeah.
I can show you houses all day. All right, we got, do you guys, I told you we'd save some time at the end.